So today I have Mark Holyfield with Avery Hess. He is the managing broker down here in Lake Ridge, Virginia. It's just like old times. As a matter of fact, when I came through to get my license, he was the one that pretty much led the class. And he has offered the opportunity to interview him, so we appreciate the opportunity.
My pleasure.
It's basically an interview where the class, all the aspiring brokers,
Right.
get to kind of sort of sit around and see different brokers from around the area that we've interviewed. And I think they'll pretty much go along with the questions. Maybe someone will veer off one or two, but it's just to get a feel as to what we need to be and who we need to be, or how we need to be coming into the business. So first question is, tell us about your experience in real estate and how long you've been a broker.
So I started, actually it was my wife, we're a team,
Okay.
called the Holyfield team.
Okay.
And she started first. So she got her real estate license in 1999
Okay.
and did so well in the business that she kind of drugged me into it kicking and screaming.
Okay.
Right, which you've probably heard this story before. So I'm a retired golf pro.
Yep.
And so she made me get my license, and then so I've been licensed since 2002,
Okay.
and I got my broker's license, I think it was 2010.
Okay.
2010.
So
So I've been licensed as a broker for about 8 years.
Okay. So then coming into the business, you already had business experience.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
What is your primary role as a broker?
So I'm the supervising broker of this office.
Okay.
Okay. So I work underneath the principal broker, Scott Avery, and my job, my role here is to supervise the agents, train them,
Okay.
okay, or so offer training. I review all the documents that come through, you know, all the listing agreements I sign, listing agreements, buyer's agreements, rental agreements, tenant agreements, and then I review all the contracts
Okay.
to make sure that, you know, they haven't missed anything.
Okay.
And then of course I'm here to support and answer all questions that agents may have. And I get a lot of those, okay? So there's always questions, there's always scenarios. The key with experience is that having, you know, over 500 transactions myself as the Holyfield team, and then all the thousands of transactions that happen every year through the agents within the company, I see all the scenarios, and so there's very few that I haven't seen before.
Okay.
So I'm the resource that agents come to when they have questions, and what do we do about this? What do we do about that?
Okay. So what motivated you to become a broker?
It was more of a transition to when the market crashed, when the market went down. We joined Avery Hess because Avery Hess has a foreclosure department,
Okay.
so REO department, a broker-to-broker department where referrals go in and out, and then a relocation department.
Oh, okay.
In addition to property management, so they have their hands are in lots of things. So at the time, it was the foreclosure market hit, and nobody was doing any business other than agents that were selling foreclosures.
Okay.
So, and they had lots of foreclosure business, so they needed a team to come in and help them with that. So that's why we joined Avery Hess.
Okay.
And from that point forward, I got to know the managers, and they got to know me, and they said, "Hey, we want you to, you know, we think you'd be ideal for, you know, being a supervisor, being a manager." And I've had lots and lots of training experience,
Okay.
whether it be from my golf profession or now through the real estate business. I've loved to train, so I love to help agents and train them on how to do things.
Okay.
So it was kind of a natural progression for me to step into a management role, but we still buy and sell, you know, for our clients. So
Okay.
we're still in the business. So
Okay,
this
good.
isn't, you know, being a broker, one of Avery Hess's philosophies is they want their brokers to be in the business too. So we know, and we're up with everything that's going on.
Okay, good.
Technology, transactions, dealing with the clients, and all the latest and greatest. We're involved in it.
Okay.
So that we have, we can kind of deal and go back and forth with our agents, helping them
Right.
to be the best that they can be.
I love it. So how has being a broker helped to advance your real estate career? I think you somewhat hit on that.
Yeah, and again, I'll answer one of the other questions that's coming. What does a broker's license give you that a salesperson's license doesn't? It's just another level of experience
Okay.
and potentially, and I say potentially, another level of qualification,
Right.
okay, or certification. Do I know when I got my broker's license? Did I know anything more than what I did when I got my salesperson's license? No, because it's the same book, it's the same information, it's the same classes. It's just that you get more credit,
Right.
okay? But it's all the same information.
Okay.
The key is the experience.
Right.
And that's why you can't, you have to wait at least 3 years before you get your broker's license. So you have experience.
Yeah. Okay. So what is the difference in the mindset of an agent versus a broker, in your opinion? I got experience.
I think when it comes to public perception,
Okay.
what does the public know or think the difference between a broker and somebody that's not a broker? I think in some instances, when somebody says broker, they think they're the principal broker of the firm.
Yeah.
Other cases, I think that I think in most cases they don't know. They don't understand.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything to them.
Right.
If they've heard or had somebody else that was a broker tell them, hey, there's a big difference between somebody that's a salesperson and somebody that's a broker, the only difference is time.
Right. And experience.
And maybe, hopefully experience, because there's a lot of brokers or there's a lot of agents that have a broker's license that they don't have any more experience.
Right.
Right.
I can understand that.
So, so to me, it's does it allow me to be a supervising broker? Yes. Does it allow me to, at some point be a principal broker? Yes.
Okay. So what are the challenges that you've experienced being a broker? Or
As a supervising broker,
Yeah.
it's and again, it doesn't matter whether you're a broker or not. What are the challenges in real estate? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes it's knowing the market. Sometimes it's keeping up with technology and
Okay.
ever changing, atmosphere within real estate. But a lot of times it's dealing with other agents.
Okay.
Because we all have to deal with people that may or may not know what they're doing.
Yes.
So that comes into play quite a bit when it comes to my agents come to me.
Yeah.
Half the time it's because they're dealing with somebody on the other side of the transaction that really doesn't know what they're doing.
Okay.
Maybe they're just brand new, maybe they don't get training, maybe they don't have broker support.
Yep.
So that's probably
Biggest challenge.
one of the biggest challenges
Okay.
is helping. Again, as helping my agents is one thing, but when you've got somebody on the other side that just doesn't know, you
Yeah.
got to try to help them a little bit too.
Yeah.
But that's where I reach out to their broker
Right.
and say, hey, they're trying to do this, and we really know that's not ethical or this or that, and so
Okay. What's the best piece of advice you can give to someone who is pursuing the role of a broker?
Okay, are you looking to get into management, or are you looking to just further your education and have that certification on your business card?
I think the class is divided.
Right. Yeah. So it just depends on what your motivation is.
Okay.
I think. We already talked about being a supervising broker,
Yep.
and that helps with that. But when it comes to higher level of education and
Yes.
experience,
Yes.
that's I would think what most people would, as that are trying to achieve this, that's what their real goal is.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Let's see. What are the benefits of being a broker or pro? So I think I already got that. So the managing broker, why did you go management role versus the broker owner route?
Okay, so that question is more about have I thought about opening up my own brokerage?
Okay,
Okay.
we can phrase it like that.
Yeah. So that could be the next step.
Yes, sir.
It depends on your motivation and depends on a lot of things, financing and things like that. So
Okay,
there's always potential for that.
I love it.
Okay?
I love
There's
it.
always potential for opening your own brokerage. You don't even need a broker's license. You don't need a license at all to open a brokerage.
That's the business side of you coming through.
Right.
So what do you see as the biggest threat to the industry right now? And what do you see as the biggest threat to your role as being a broker?
It's the same thing.
Okay,
Uneducated, unlicensed, unexperienced agents trying to do this job. I'm trying to say
come
this
on,
lightly.
that's right.
They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Okay,
And there was a study done a few years ago about, by this third-party company about what's going on in the real estate industry. And the problem was the reviews of agents was going down and down and
Okay.
down.
okay,
Okay, and it was because they just don't know what they're doing. There are so many agents now, so many people with a license that don't know what they're doing. Is it their fault, or is it the management's fault? Is it the principal broker's fault, or is it anybody's fault?
just the way the industry is set up, maybe.
Right. Right.
I mean,
So
opportunity.
So anybody can get a license.
Right.
The problem is there's no real standards for brokerages because everybody's an independent contractor. You can't force these agents to come to training and to get trained. What you can do is say, I don't want you, but there's always going to be a brokerage out there that'll take anybody. Right? And they don't care. And the only responsibility we have with DPOR is that we give training, and then we offer training in certain, topics.
Yep.
Which I do that 3 days a week.
Okay.
Now, how many agents come? That's up to them. We can't force them to come.
Right.
So that's the real challenge.
Okay.
Is there's a lot of licensees out there that don't commit to doing the training
Being the best.
and learning how to do
Yep.
transactions the correct way that
Yep.
help their clients
Yep.
the correct way.
Yep.
Because there are ways to do things and there's ways not to do things, and it's all going to either help your client or not help your client.
Right.
And of course, when you're not helping your client, something bad goes, the client's going to come and complain.
Yes.
Whether it's a review on Google or this or that, or calling me and complaining, or lawsuits because they didn't take care of them.
Right.
So that puts a bad name on every agent out there.
I agree. Totally. So you've already said how you go about empowering your agents' success in the marketplace through training and making sure that you're relaying your experience. So I won't ask that one. Any books that you suggest to aspiring brokers to read?
There's a lot of good ones out there. The one I started with was Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes.
And if you want to learn about business, that's because this is a business.
Yes.
So any book that you can read that helps you start a business, run a business, manage a business. This is when you get into real estate, you get a license, you're starting your own business.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't know what you're doing, your business is going to suffer.
Right.
So make sure you are connected and join brokerages that help you build your business. And it's not just about when you hear something about, hey, this brokerage gives you leads. No, they don't. They might sell you leads,
Right.
but brokerages don't get leads. Leads come from Zillow, from this and that, and basically the agents are hired to go out and get clients and bring them in. That's the way every brokerage works.
Right.
So the key is to maintain your value, get your education, do your get your experience, maintain your value, and that's probably the second worst thing that we have in the real estate business, is that agents at some point that they start to devalue themselves by lack of this or lack of that.
Continuing education
Okay.
or serving and representing.
Right.
No.
And so, you know, I don't want to broach an antitrust scenario here, but, you know, when you have companies out there that are advertising lower and lower and lower commissions
Yes.
that we're all competing against or working for,
Yes.
okay, you're basically taking your salary
You don't have to go any, totally.
going down and down and down and down. So,
Yeah.
but that's competition, right?
Right.
That's competition. But so the challenge is, how do we maintain our level of income? Okay. So it's either we make sure that we maintain our value and
Yes,
be
sir.
able to prove our value. This is
And our
what I
worth.
am worth.
Yes, sir.
Or is it that we just say, okay, I'll cut my commission and I'll just try to do more and more business? Well, there's only 388 listings in Prince William County, Manassas Park, active listings. You're not going to get but so much business.
Right.
So,
You already said how you ensure that the agents get cutting edge training, or do you want to expound on that just a little bit more? How do you ensure that the agents get?
okay, so what we have invested in is a platform
Okay.
that basically is all encompassing. Anything that you could need.
Scenario
A
wise.
CRM.
Okay.
Marketing,
Okay.
social media,
Mm.
blogs, you name transaction management. We have a platform that we've invested in that is free for all of our agents.
Okay.
And pretty much once you set it up, it's automatic.
Okay.
Everything's done for you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where all the bigger companies are going. Now the advantage to us is we're not a franchise. We're a regional company, 8 offices,
Right.
but we are investing in technology to help make it easier for our agents to communicate with clients, to communicate with potential clients, and
Nice.
to build their business.
Okay.
Okay, that's where we are.
Okay. No, other than that, I mean, we're good. I mean, I've pretty much finished all of the questions that are there. I can't think of anything else to ask you unless there's something that you just want to contribute.
No, I think I've probably said enough.
I appreciate it, Mark.
Thanks.
All right.
Appreciate it.